Hey guys, and welcome back to another mini episode on the Strangers Podcast. So, on this mini episode, as usual, it's just going to be me today, flying solo. And I know I've made this into a segment called The Loner Speaks, but honestly, I don't know. I'm not really vibing with that title. So, you know what? It's just me, guys. It's just going to be me today. So, I don't think I have any topics prepared today because one thing I did want to talk about with you guys today on this mini episode is more of a recap on what happened on the last episode. Because it has been bothering me for a couple days and I just want to talk about it. Now, if you're hearing this episode and you're hearing me saying that I want to talk about it like something bad happened, um, no, nothing seriously bad happened between us. I think we're totally fine as a group, but I kind of want to talk about a little bit more of what mentally what I was going through because um, let's just say I have a hard time dealing with something, and I realize in this episode or the last episode, it really showed that um I had some problems dealing with, and so I kind of want to just explain a few things. So on the last episode, I prepared some topics that mainly focus on about ourselves, and also to help me get to know a bit more better my friends because we don't really talk about these kind of subjects. But I thought, you know what, hey, you know what, if we're gonna be doing this kind of thing, I kind of want to just share this experience with you guys, so that way you get to know us better. So some of these questions were kind of somewhat deep that I prepared. Not all of them were. Some of them were like really, you know, really getting down to those layers. But as I mentioned, it kind of took a bad turn for me. And like I said again, it's nothing bad happened on the episode, or we didn't really say anything mean to each other. It was more of a concern of what I was feeling when I was being questioned, when they asked me if I was really their friend or not. I can't defend what Cynthia Rao or their intention of what they were saying. I can't really say for sure, but I can say for sure I don't think they had bad intentions of asking that kind of question. I think there was more of like saying of a joke or at least saying it in a funny way. But I guess for me, I took it more of a serious, like a serious question, and I wouldn't say things went bad. It's just more like I kind of think made things more complicated. And I like to point out about this is that I was about to talk about things that I wasn't really ready to talk about, nor did you know I think about saying on the podcast. And I was kind of hoping, we get to this kind of subject in in a future episode. Like I would say like way long ahead, but I think things just just escalated real fast, and at that moment, I wasn't really ready to talk about these things. And honestly, I don't think I'm ever ready. I don't think I'll ever be ready to be open about these kind of things, about my life, because the situation shows that I just can't do it. Something about it just made me refuse to really, say what I want to say or really say what's on my mind about this. So it really kind of put a big stop on me. So, as I mentioned in the episode, when one of the questions we had is when does an acquaintance become a friend? And for me, in my opinion, I said when acquaintance become a friend is becomes a friend for me is when someone opens up to me. Truly, I do appreciate that the most from somebody, and I admire that. I think it's more why I admire it because it shows that I really just I can't do it like they can. Like they can just easily just open up and trust people easily, but for me, I just can't do it. I can't trust people with my feelings, or even I can't even answer the simple question, "Are you doing okay?" or "Are you doing well?" I just can't answer it honestly. I guess to briefly explain why I feel this way, it most has to do with a lot of my past where I have been surrounded with people who weren't trustworthy. And not only people who are untrustful with me, but I've seen this around with a lot of other people who had to deal with people who were untrustworthy. Like some people would trust them with the feelings or secrets, and I just see it like all get spilled out, and it's just a lot of bad blood happening. So being surrounded in that kind of environment has made me feel like I can't trust anybody unwillingly because of those experiences. I struggled to answer or to be honest what I wanted to say and really got mixed up what I was feeling and making sure I don't say anything that will ruin my friendship with them. Like there were so many times in that conversation where I said an opinion, but then I try to say, but that's not to say that I don't think this way or don't like I worried so much of what I was gonna say. I didn't want to say something that would hurt them or let them know like I don't care about them, and I was really scared about that. And to be honest, there's more to this reason why, but I don't think I have the time, nor I don't think really there's just too much to talk about because there's so many points in my life and explaining through all the reasons why I go through this kind of stuff or why am I this complicated person. There's just so much to uncover, and I don't think I can share that much. And plus, it'll be too long of an episode, or really something too long to listen to. So, I just don't think it'll be appropriate, or at least formal. I don't know what's the right word to say it, but just know it's just a lot of information to give out. However, I do want to let you guys know that I struggle a lot of opening up, and honestly, I have to learn from this because clearly it's something I need to work on. And and honestly, in this situation or during that time when that happened during the episode, it really got to me. Like if you didn't hear at the end of the episode, I literally let out like a big like noise at the end, like it was so hard, and that was me literally releasing all the emotional buildup I had inside me. I was releasing it because I was just mentally exhausted, and it just was a lot I was holding in. And right after the next day after the podcast, I decided to record for the mini episode. Something like this I was gonna do to record my thoughts about it, like the same thing right now I'm doing, and because I just couldn't get out of my head, guys. Like when stuff like this happens to me, my brain just doesn't constantly stop reminding me of this stuff. Like I just don't stop thinking about it, and so I feel like I just need to get it out. It's bothering me so much. I need an outlet, and the only way to do it to make it an outlet of it is just me venting on it on the mini episode or recording it, I guess. So that's what I did. I started recording, and I didn't prepare a script. I mean, right now I do have a script, so I can, at least be more clear what I'm going to say. But I pretty much didn't prepare anything. I just was like, let's just go for it. Let's just go gung ho out this, and let's just get this over with because I can't take it. But I realized most of the time in my recording, I realized that I wasn't really making much sense. As in, like, I didn't really get to a point of what I really wanted to say, what I really felt. Like, I will say in that recording, I was open. I was trying to really talk about much of my past, but I feel like I didn't really get to the point of you know, of the issue or what I really wanted to talk about. I was just venting. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like I'm going to be sharing this with people. And I don't want to show and shares a video or audio recording of me just venting about problems or about my past when clearly there is a lot to talk about. But I just don't think it was gonna make any sense anything I was saying or like what's his point? What's he trying to say? Because I was just uncovering stuff or just really sharing too much, oversharing my past, and I don't think that's okay for me to really put that up. I wouldn't feel comfortable about it if I post something like that. So I decided, you know what? Let's just come back to this another time when I have something more structured, and then maybe, you know, keep some of those thoughts that I had. And to really talk about more about how I was feeling throughout the week after the episode that we recorded, I won't lie that this stuff had pretty much bothered me throughout the whole week. And when stuff like this happens to me, which I can say it happens a lot of the time, when something like this bothers me, it affects me emotionally, or where where something bad happens, I tend to overthink about it, and my brain won't just stop reminding me or just replaying that memory of It just reminded me of the pain I felt, the emotions I was going through, and it just makes me start doubting so many things in my life. Like I start doubting my friends. I start thinking that I'm not valuable, I'm not worthy to be their friend because of things I said, or I just end up, I just end up getting to a very bad depressive state. Like if you would have asked me during that time, like, because right now I'm recording on Sunday, so if you would have asked me like 2 days right after the episode and see how I was feeling, I think I would have said I'm not doing so well. I'm not really doing that great. I don't think right now I can say I'm doing much better confidently. I can't say. I mean, I feel fine now, I would say. I think pretty much like that state of feeling is gone, but I don't think the memory will ever leave me alone. As in, like, it will still linger there and it will stay there. And one day, I know one day it will come back and it'll just repeat that same cycle of sadness again. And then I just start doing, I just start isolating myself from people. And I think mostly I do that to isolate myself just so I can deal with this emotion. I just don't think I could do it, deal with this emotion while I'm in public, while I'm having these thoughts, because I don't know. Something else might trigger it more. I don't know. I mean, one way I've been kind of dealing with this feeling throughout this week was literally just listening to sad music all day. Like I have a playlist ready for this kind of situation. I mean, it sounds weird when I say that. I have a playlist ready for this situation. When reality is, I pretty much like listening to sad songs, but you know what? It's kind of ready for there in that moment to listen to the whole thing when I'm really that bad, when I'm really in that sadness. And throughout the whole day, I just listen to sad songs all day, just so I can allow myself to be sad in those moments. Because eventually, I would tire myself from being sad. I do believe that people should take the time to be sad because it's weird to say, but it's true because no one really takes the time to allow themselves to recollect or understand why are they sad or why am I feeling this way. And I'm not saying it as like a you should be sad all the time like it's a lifestyle, bro. Like no, it's not a lifestyle. It's like you need to take the time to be sad because if you're grieving or if like you have a bad fight with somebody and you're still feeling sad for, or like maybe you're feeling sad for no absolutely no reason, take the time. Take the time to be sad because we're so caught up in the things what we're doing, responsibilities or work or school and many other things, and you know we're so busy that we don't take care of ourselves. We don't take care of that feeling. And instead some people just stress themselves out with this emotion that they have and they're just more sad, more miserable, and they feel like they're never going to be happy again. And look, while you're taking the time to be sad, just understand that it's not going to you're not going to feel this emotion forever. That feeling doesn't stay for long because eventually you will find something else to replace that feeling. You will find something else more positive to feel, such as happiness or excitement or joy. Because once you understand that I've been sad, you're gonna tell yourself, yeah, I want to get out of it. I'm tired of this feeling. I'm tired of being sad. I'm gonna get out of it. And it's the same way for me. It's like I let myself being sad, and then somehow I get more motivated to just be happy or like at least be more sociable. Like I don't know why it's weird how it works. Like once you just take the time, you'll get out of it. And that's pretty much my method of like how I deal with my own sadness. I just take the time and just it's weird how I say this, but for real though, I just allow myself to just be consumed by my sadness. Like let everything eat me up. Like let those doubts come in. Let in all those negativity inside you because eventually, yeah, you're gonna get over it. The reasons why I go through these feelings is not because I blame people for how they treat me or because I have this mentality. No. I think for some other people, well, I can't say for their experience. I can't say anything about it. But for me, I don't blame anyone that that why I feel this way or because I'm this way, it's because I allow myself to think this way. I allow myself to think that I'm not important enough, that I'm useless and I'm worthless. And it's mostly these feelings. I just let myself think about it too much. And yeah, just to let you guys know that, that's really all I can share with you at this moment is um I don't think I'm gonna be that great yet. Like I feel like I'm still working to get over it. And I feel it. I still feel it. It's still there and I fear it might come back and hurt me again. But I just want to let you guys know that eventually I will get over this and I will be better at some point in my life. And, you know, it's good right now that I'm recognizing this kind of cycle because I think to really go off a little bit off topic about this, I would say like I've kind of been going through this cycle for a long time and didn't realize I was or how my cycle was until a year ago. Because the same year, like in 2019, I was also still dealing with some kind of sadness and it still affected me badly. And I realize now it's like that's the cycle I'm going through. And like this year, I'm kind of like realizing it and just, you know, working it around. But I wouldn't, but to really take away from that episode, I don't see it as a mistake or like, you know, like an error of my ways or like a failure. It's more of like I take those I mean, yes, you are gonna make mistakes like that, but just know it's like don't think of it as a mistake. Think of it as a lesson, a lesson of how you can get better at this. Like learn from it, and I think that's what I'm really taking out of it is I'm gonna learn from this, and I think it's just gonna take me a long time to really understand what I'm really like or who I am or like I don't know. It's just self discovery because I've pretty much discovered that I just can't talk to people about my problems or my issues. I just can't be that open. And even though I see my friend or I see these people as my friends in many different ways, I just can't do it. I just can't. Something inside me just refuses to just talk about it. And as much as how frustrating that sounds, just know that I am going to learn from this. And, you know, I feel like at this point I'm just repeating the same thing over and over again. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna try to learn from this, honestly. I just want to say to my friends, Cynthia and Val and everybody else that I value you guys for different reasons. And, you know, I don't realize that the things I say or I don't know. I'm just like I said, I don't like giving up my opinion too much or share or speak my mind too much because of stuff like this. I end up fearing of what I say and, you know, I'm just too scared of hurting somebody because I've done stuff like this before where I don't mean what I say and it just bothers me this much. But just know I appreciate every single one of you. I just have a hard time really explaining my feelings and really being open about this. But working on it. Anyways, guys, this is going to be it for the episode. I'm sorry if this sounded a really little bit sappy or just emotional. But I promise you guys we will get back into having more fun and more open. Okay, well, maybe not. I don't know. Just know we're not going to be this sappy anymore. Just know we have different kinds of topics. And, we're going to try our best to just make it fun and enjoyable. And, yeah, we're still working on this. And, yeah. I really don't know what to say, but yeah. But thank you guys for watching or listening, and yeah, hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Love y'all. Bye bye.